Hi, I'm Catherine Costa from 100mandalas.com, and this is the second video in my new YouTube channel. It's a channel dedicated to mandalas, how to create them, and how to color them. In this video, I'm going to show you just how easy it is to create a perfectly symmetrical mandala. I'm going to walk you through step by step on how to set up a grid to create a mandala in 8 equal sections. Now, I give you the math so you can create hundreds of beautiful mandalas, and they don't have to be divided by 8. You can have your mandala in 6, 12, 24, 7, 5. Well, you get the idea. Now, if you're not feeling confident about your ability to draw, you're in the right place, because I was thinking of the beginner when I designed this video. All right, so take a look at this tutorial and meet me back here, because I know you're going to want to hear about what's coming up in the next video. We're going to start by measuring the center of our page. This is a 6 by 6 inch journal. It's a little small, sweet journal, and so I'm going to be placing a mark at the 3-inch mark going in one direction, and then lining this up in the other direction. Erasing the little dot that doesn't belong, and then we're going to create the circles on our page using a compass. The way we do that is I am going to create a 5-inch circle, so that means that I need to adjust my compass at 2.5 inches. So I use my ruler, and you can see I'm going to line up the distance between the two arms at 2.5 inches. So I'm going to open this up by turning the dial until I have one end at the 0 and the other one at the 2.5 point. Okay. At the end of one of the arms is a needle, and we're going to take and put that on our center point and rotate our compass around. So now we're going to draw some more circles. I'm going to do another one so it will serve as an outline. And then bring in your compass, varying the sizes of each of the circles to suit your liking. Or you could alternatively measure them so they're all equidistant, using again the ruler as your guide for measuring them. But I like to work intuitively, and I like to just create. Now we're going to break this up into 8 equal sections, and the way to calculate that, it's really simple formula. Let me show you. A circle is made up of 360 degrees. We're going to divide that by the number of sections that we want. We want this particular mandala broken up into 8 equal sections. So 360 divided by 8 gives us 45 degrees. That means we'll be making marks around our circle 0 degrees, 45 degrees, so 45 plus 45 gives us 90, add 45 to that gives you 135, 180. I'm going to use my small protractor, a little tiny one since it's a small page, and my pencil here, mark 0, 45, 90, 135, 180. Turn this page around. And it's important that you line up your center point and your left and right, your 0 point, your 180 point, 45, 90, 135. Then we're going to use a straight edge, longer straight edge. I'm going to use my larger protractor here. And you're going to connect those dots across the circle through the center point to create your lines. Any straight edge will do. My ruler happens to be really large and this happens to be a really nice size, so I'm using this straight edge. There you go. Okay, now we're ready to create our mandala design. For this example, I am going to work with geometric shapes. I'm going to pull out this little straight edge again on this small protractor, and I'm going to measure, just visually eyeballing it, halfway point here between each of these lines. This is just going to be a little guide point for me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a triangle connecting the bottom of this line to the top of this and back down. So let's do that. Okay. We're going to repeat that all the way around. So we're going to go from this bottom point up here and keep working our way around until we've completely filled this pattern around the whole row. Okay, now we're going to continue drawing in the next row. I'm going to keep with that triangular shape. This time I'm going to connect the top of this triangle up here to this point and back down here. Again, using my straight edge to connect those. Alright, so now I've got one more row. This time, instead of using a tool to create a straight edge, I'm going to work freehand. I'm going to create a midway guide point there. And I'm going to work freehand to create this next design. I'm going to start like we've done before, but I'm going to go up, have it more sloped. Okay, and now I'm going to finish this design by drawing a heart in each of these petal shapes. And here you have the final design. We're now ready to erase those guidelines and add color. Now, one of my favorite parts is adding the color because it really transforms the mandala. And you can take the same mandala pattern and color it in different ways, and you're going to have a totally different effect. In fact, at the end of this video, I'm going to show you the same design but in a different color. So I'm starting off with a light orange. I'm working with Sharpies. They are a low-cost solution. They come in a huge variety of colors. And it's a great beginner material to work with. Doesn't take a huge investment. Then I'm going to go in with a dark orange and create a little accent there. Make it a little more interesting than just a flat color. And then as I work my way around, I'm going to fill in the sections in between with a red Sharpie. These are analogous colors. Orange and red are next to one another on a color wheel. So working with tints and shades of a color and then picking a color next to it on the color wheel will create a very pleasing overall palette. Then I reached for the black, and for the sections in between those petals, I thought that would make a nice dramatic color difference, good contrast, and it really helps to play emphasis on the colored design. I then went around the outer edge, create a border using that light orange. Again, that creates a sense of unity and a finished look. Then went in with the dark orange, added little lines along the outside and filled them in for a dashed line pattern. Very whimsical and charming. Then I reached for a micron pen. What I like to do is go in and put in finishing details. Let's zoom in and take a closer look at this. So by outlining the different shapes with a fine point pen, this is a Micron 01, and adding little dashed lines, little hatch lines, that creates character and interest, and it gives it a finished look. You can play around and experiment. Here I'm applying gold using a Posca pen. This is an acrylic paint pen. They come in a variety of colors. They're awesome for drawing on just about any surface that you can think of, and they work well for adding little touches like this. And there you have the final design, all colored in. And that's one of many ways that you could color it in. In fact, let's take a look at this one. Looks very different, but if you look up close, it's the same shapes, but a different color palette and different embellishments. I told you it was easy. Now it's your turn, and I can't wait to see what you create. What I love about this is that you can create the same mandala with the same shapes 100 times, but by coloring it differently and adding different embellishments, they're all going to look different. Try it. In fact, I give you the challenge to create 100 mandalas in 100 days. You know, those don't have to be all the same, using the same pattern. You can explore all the many different possibilities within that circle. And to support you in this practice, head on over to 100mandalas.com. We've got all sorts of themes and techniques that we've been exploring, and you're welcome to check out. Now, there are thousands of people from all over the world who are so eager to meet you and to see your mandalas. It's true. I've got this private Facebook page called the 100 Mandalas Sharing Circle. And in that sharing circle, people are posting their mandalas. And you know what? They're such a lovely group. You post your mandala, they're going to give you lots of encouragement. So don't be shy. Come on over. So to learn more about mandalas, the challenge, and the sharing circle, head on over to 100mandalas.com. And if you like this video, please share it with your friends. Head on over to YouTube and like this video and subscribe to the channel. Now, I share new ideas and prompts and themes and techniques and artist interviews every single week, so you don't miss out on any of it. Go to the website and be sure to subscribe to my newsletter. And in my next video, I'm going to show you how to work with colored pencils. We'll take a look at the different types of grades, the best paper to use, how to store and sharpen your pencils, but also how to color with them, and 4 techniques on how to blend colored pencils. It's going to be a great tutorial to give you some ideas on how you can color your mandalas. So I want to thank you for being here, and remember that there's always a place for you in the circle at 100mandalas.com.